Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is, of course, Thursday, June 17th, 2021. Yes, the Thursday following the what might very well be the infamous Wednesday FOMC meeting and the Fed statement. That's right. Seemingly rocking the markets immediately after the statement was released yesterday. Not so much visible, not quite present on Bitcoin. Of course, if we zoom in, we'll certainly see some volatility around the 2 p.m. around 24, exactly 24 hours-ish ago. Yes, some volatility hit the markets, but the reaction has been swift with the DXCM and gold. And probably stocks as well. There's a huge knock-on effect from the comments made by Jerome Powell yesterday. So we're going to be diving into all that and more today. Taking a look, of course, at gold. Like I said, the DXCM. We're going to see what kind of earth-shattering news is going to hit the markets, and maybe a delayed reaction. We're going to look into all this and more today. All right.
Yeah,
of course.
It wasn't so much what Jerome Powell said; it was the implication.
Big implications. Very curious to hear Alex's thoughts on this today. Of course, let's introduce our analyst in that case. Alex is with us here today. You missed yesterday's show, but all good. We held it down in your stead. It's good to have.
I don't know. I was just I woke up super early. I was up at like 5 yesterday morning, and by the time the show rolled around, I was falling asleep in my chair. So I mean, Jason does an admirable job. So. Just have him take over.
Perfectly okay.
I think we called it pretty well yesterday as to see where the market is now, right?
Yeah.
Yep, perfectly.
Keeping you on track, y'all.
Perfectly okay, no sweat. Good to have you back on the Thursday.
Don't you love our job?
Yes, our job isn't bad, but you know, we still got to keep plugging away through thick and thin, through you know,
Air and bull.
yeah, whether it's Elon Musk or Jerome Powell torpedoing the markets, we gotta get up and do this every day.
Yesterday was definitely fun just to see all the volatility.
Yeah, and still plenty more to follow. I mean, the gold is following through on yesterday's dump today. So, yeah, we'll get on to this in just a minute. But, yeah, very warm welcome to our regular audience. It's very good to have you guys back. The week just flying by. In fact, 2021 is just flying by super fast. We're already, like, mid-June. Yeah, we just passed, like, what, the halfway, the very close, yeah, very much the halfway mark of the year.
Well, last year was forever because we were like we were right in the middle of the pandemic at this time. Remember, we're all trapped indoors.
Yes, indeed.
Beginning of March, everyone was just kind of trapped.
All right, guys. Well, let's now that we've made our introductions here, you know how we're gonna kick it for the next 2 hours. That's right, your full 2-hour installment in today's podcast. So we're gonna go from this intro, going to cover a bit of news before we of course shout out our audience. Then we're gonna get into the main analysis. We'll have Alex dive into an overview of all things crypto markets, commodities, traditionals, you name it. Gonna give it a good shake today. Of course, second hour is where we're gonna get into the AMA and chart request section, along with the opening that chest for the DLive users. Stand by, guys. Gonna have another excellent lemon giveaway for our DLive brethren out there. Hang tight, and yeah, that's basically how the next 2 hours is planning to unfold. Now, quick announcement: we did have the mentorship session yesterday. Deep apologies, we couldn't kick it on GoToMeeting as per normal, but you guys did a bang-up job in the Discord premium chat as a substitute, so that went pretty good. You guys want to mention anything about that?
Discord's a good failsafe.
Well, we didn't end up doing the book club because I don't have recording capabilities in the Discord like I do in GoToMeeting. That's one of the reasons why we use GoToMeeting. So I want people to be able to go through and listen to the book club meetings when we eventually, hopefully, I get them all put into a folder on our either on our Google Drive or somewhere on the website or something, so people can access it more easily. So what I'm saying is we didn't end up we didn't talk about the book club because we couldn't record it. So we just we handled some general trading related questions. Let's sort of talk someone through a potential career path if they decided to do trading.
Who seems to be really well off.
Yeah, I caught that part. I caught that part. Actually, hold on. I got to turn down Jason because I had you turned up yesterday. So sorry about that, guys. If Jason was blowing out everyone's mics, let's get a quick mic check from Jason.
Testing.
All right, that'll do. All right, thank you for that. Yeah, we had I caught a part of that conversation yesterday, and yeah, pretty fascinating. I wish that gentleman the best of luck in his potentially transition into a full-time trader. You know, that's again something we love doing. Yeah, it's something we love doing here, I guess. In some ways, it's a speciality of the Cracking Crypto. Yeah, turning day traders into, or aspiring day traders into genuine, profitable day traders, becoming your own boss, that kind of thing. I think that's what attracted a lot of us here to CC to begin with, and it's always nice to see new traders beginning to execute on that, right? Of course, time will tell, but it's certainly not for everyone. Sure has, I'm sure, you know, it's emotional ups and downs, drawdown. You know, it's one thing. It's when you take charge of your own destiny, I suppose it comes fraught with, you know, maybe some extra baggage that you have to learn to carry. But I'm sure it's very rewarding, as our analysts would tell you. And so I wish that gentleman the best of luck. Yeah, I think he's a fairly new user to the group. I think
he's been in the group for a while.
All right, so he's been in the group for a
He's
while.
been a member for a while, but hasn't really.
Yeah, just getting
You know,
back into it.
some people they are in there every day learning. Some people they stop by once a week or once a month. He's someone who was around not that frequently, but now he's, sort of
Yep.
Stepping up his
he
game.
has reason to think things over. Maybe go into trading full time.
All right. Well, best of luck in your leap, dear trader, and we look forward to having more of him around, as well as anybody else looking to step up their game. All right. With that said, let's get into it. Let me see here. Let me put up a little something on the screen, a little different here. All right. Let's hop into a quick overview of the latest price action. Ooh, Bitcoin slowly. 1 second, I forgot to reactivate my watermark and my status line here. Here we go. All right, much better. Done. Bitcoin currently at 38,263. Is it finally reacting to the FOMC news? Managed to hang in there. I was expecting a bit of pandemonium come morning. Apparently didn't show up yet, but Bitcoin getting sold into, and here comes the inverse hammer doji candle being formed right now. Is the bottom falling out right now on the show? We'll certainly be following this, but yeah, Bitcoin of course had a high of 40,400 yesterday, and it's been given back quite a bit of that in the wake of that announcement. Like I said, 4.5%. Indeed, just to recap, of course, yesterday's FOMC meeting and Fed statement had to do with concerns over inflation getting a bit hot. Now that's good. I think that's good for Bitcoin's narrative. But what's bad, of course, is their response to that. Kind of took most economists by surprise. At least that was what general economist punditry had to say today. Surprised that they're actually interested in a rate hike. Yes, the Fed might very well be lifting rates a little ahead of schedule. 2023, they want to introduce.
Are you going to put that news article up, or are you going to talk about the hedge funds thing, or are you getting ahead, or what's happening?
I'm still covering the Bitcoin's price, but just kind of recapping really quickly before I show the DXCM gold chart and all that in my daily scan here. Just roughly what their announcement was. Yes, guys, concerns of inflation and probable rate hike coming down the pipeline. Reactions from the market were swift. In fact, let's cut straight to the chase. Here's a look at gold on the daily, and let's have a look here. Yes, this right here, this candle right here was yesterday's announcement. Gold promptly kicked the bucket following that announcement of a potential rate hike. Yeah, gold took it right on the chin. Check out the Dixie. Dixie did quite the opposite. This was Dixie, the dollar took off following the announcement. So surprising that we didn't see something similar like what we see with gold here affect Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, had.
Well, I already see people saying, I bet that the Fed doesn't raise rates. And that's just it. The Fed didn't say that they were going to raise rates. It's just that they said that if they were going to do it, they're going to do it sooner, in like 2023. And the market had been thinking like 2024. And so the implication is that why would the Fed change its plans unless they thought the inflation that is in the market wasn't as transitory as they thought? If it's transitory, why change your plans? It's going away, right? I mean, so they're reading into his phrase, but like rates aren't changing for like at least another 2 years. And then, obviously, and then of course, any word is probably also right that even in 2 years, I bet the Fed doesn't raise the rates. Come on.
Yes, that summarizes a lot of my thoughts exactly. 2 years is still a long way away. Could be a lot of intervention or other decisions made in the meantime. Indeed, it's just early signaling. But with that said, the market, I think, was hanging on bitterly for any kind of development, any kind of news, any kind of signal. And in this case, ostensibly out of the jump, it was well, it was, as you see, DXC turned up, gold turned down. And again, I'm kind of shocked. I thought, is Bitcoin going to follow? And I was expecting maybe a reversal by now. I guess it takes, in some cases, weeks or more for this news to really settle in, and for the market to, I guess.
Well, I was thinking about it, and the inflation narrative, it's a long-term narrative. So, like Bitcoin price goes up over long term, but the interest rates affect how institutions allocate their portfolios. So they have news, they think there's some X% chance that something's going to happen in the future. They learn actually the percentage chance is this. They then put that new number into their models that they have for their portfolio management system, and that changes their portfolio allocations. Obviously, if you think prices might be some like X at some point in the future, and then your new model shows actually they're probably going to be closer to Y sometime in the future, like, okay, well then we need to sell some of this and this and this over here so that we have more in cash, so that when Z thing happens, so that's how like a larger institution portfolio management system kind of works with these big macroeconomic models. So, short term, I think it matters more that they need to rebalance their portfolio, so it gets sold into. And in the inflation narrative for Bitcoin, if the inflation happens, that means like over time, Bitcoin is going to appreciate against the dollar. But for now, with the dollar rising, as people buy into the dollar by selling their assets, we get this effect where Bitcoin loses value against the dollar because the value of the dollar is rising right now. So, we need the inflation narrative to actually start to play out, for the dollar to actually begin to be devalued, for us to see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, well said, well summarized. In the end, I actually largely took it as positive for Bitcoin. I heard more. Ooh, here it goes. Oh, yeah. I basically reading in between the lines, or my main takeaway was inflation. I heard inflation. I heard concerns about inflation first and foremost, and I put the rate hike kind of back of mind, because it seems like it's a few years away still. I thought we were heading towards zero or near zero rates. And so as much as I'm taken aside by that, inflation seems to be top of mind, and that I think is ultimately good for Bitcoin. Surely feeds into Bitcoin's inflation narrative.
Jeff Snyder has called it inflation hysteria. He thinks that people are hysterical over it. They're so sure it's going to happen. Everybody's so sure it's going to be inflation. And as I have noted, as Jason has noted, at big market turning points, usually whatever the crowd thinks is going to happen, the opposite is going to happen.
The general masses are usually wrong.
Yeah. So, and I'm not saying that Bitcoin won't end up being a good store of value, but ultimately, I mean, the inflation narrative may not even play out the way we think it will. So.
Yes, all good points, all good things to consider. Bitcoin, of course, drooping right now, 37.8. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Excuse the somewhat unorthodox intro to today, but this gives us a good opportunity to kind of feel out yesterday's FOMC thoughts that we may have.
These are big, important events, and right. I'm glad that you brought it up because obviously, I've spent time reading, and it's not like I had statements prepared. I've spent a lot of time reading and just kind of pondering what I mean. And I mean, I don't even know if I'm right, obviously, but I guess it's a well-reasoned argument at least.
Certainly is. We do appreciate your thoughts on the show here, Alex, as always. All right, guys. Here's a quick look at Ethereum, currently following in the steps of Bitcoin. 23.21, pulling down below the baseline. Man, is Ethereum gonna open up for a full short? Probably not. Not with WADA looking like this, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to put on some shorts, guys. Things look turbulent out here. Quick look at XRP. How did XRP fare and all this? Seems like it's following a similar trend as everything else, selling down 83 cents.
Man.
XRP. Here's a quick look at DOT. Polkadot looking a bit like everything else. Still above the baseline though. $22 DOT presently. Yes, Minx curling down. Things look a little droopy today. Ooh, here's Kusama. Kusama, $343. Printed a full short.
I put on a Kusama short yesterday for the group.
Oh, you put on Kusama short yesterday. Okay.
Well, as you can see, we had crossed below the baseline. WADA was firing off for me. Time transformation was good to go. So
brilliant. All right. Kusama short on the table.
I also put up a Doge short, and
yeah, I saw that.
I still kind of like it, but when I went back and looked at it, which I do sometimes, obviously, I want to make sure the trades went through. I want to see what the members are seeing. And I realized that it was inside of the no trade zone. It was kind of inside. You might want to use Doge USDT. There's enough data there. And
yep, yeah, I agree. Yep, doing so. And now let's pull this baby up. Yes, here is Doge. Well, I got the perp up from Binance. Yeah, good enough.
We're actually inside of the no trade zone, and so I canceled the trade. So
okay, fair enough.
But it still looks like it's going down.
It certainly does. Continuation short printed yesterday, closed kind of
also
below the trade line.
Also got us into an ETH short yesterday as well.
All right, so Jason already preemptively, well, I mean, I'm according to your system, maybe perfectly on time, but as I was saying...
Yesterday was the initial short signal on ETH for me.
Gotcha.
Which we're in profit right now, so it's heading the right way. So
it certainly looks like it's heading the right way, I'll give it that. All right, there's a quick look at Doge. How about Shiba? Yep, Shiba Inu, gonna be following this. Jason and I want to take a bit of a gamble on Shib, looking for an entry.
Yeah, I told him not to buy it yesterday. I'm like, everything looks way too weak, and of course we're down 10%. Maybe we can get 40 million instead of 30 million now.
Yeah, just for some laughs, guys. Just for a bit of
fun. We're not putting a lot of money into this.
No,
so it's kind of like
yeah, we're throwing some coffee money at it. It's nothing crazy, but
you're not taking that in our tip jar, are you?
No comment, but no, it doesn't necessarily have to come out of the tip jar, but you know, it's a tip jar. The size.
We'll see. I mean,
we haven't allocated anything.
I was thinking of taking, like, say, $100 out of the tip jar, or like $300 out of the tip jar, and
like $1,000,
and throwing it and splitting the thing up into Sheeb, and we can break it up between the three of us, just like a little meme coin to throw in on something to have some cheap
lose more value. I think it needs to lose another 50%.
Guys, this is why I know the bull market's not over. I mean, look, everybody's still got heart. They still believe.
Well, that's because we're actually pretty good at what we do, and we're not being destroyed right now.
Yes, that certainly helps, and in fact, we're almost a little bored amidst the bear cycle, the seemingly corrective cycle, and we're looking for stupid coins to just kind of throw down on, have a little fun with.
I've never owned 40 million of something.
Right. So there.
You know what I was looking at? I was looking at that crash coin Titan. I was like, huh. You know, there is actually a chance that it could, even if it just bounced just a little bit off of the bottom, that'd be like an easy 10x. And while I watched it, there was like a 3x trade that I could have had, but I don't have any money on Polygon. I was just looking at it.
What's the ticker on that?
Titan.
Oh,
it's
Titan.
Just Titan.
Isn't that the one that got pulled? The rug got pulled on for.
Well, the company calls it more like a bank run.
Wow. All right.
But it went to zero. If you had money in it, I'm sure you probably don't appreciate the distinction between the two. You lost all your money one way or another. So.
Yeah, I've got that actually lined up in the news. That's the what's his name? Mark Cuban, I think, was involved in that, and now throwing shade. Well, we'll see about that in just a little bit. We'll get into that story very shortly. But indeed, guys, let us know your thoughts. In fact, maybe I should put a poll up. Should we do like a little gag purchase on SHIB, dear audience? Just the three of us on here. We throw down a few bucks each. You know, buy a few million of SHIB, and I mean, we kind of missed the Doge train. Maybe this is what it's related to. We were just too rational, too critical to indulge.
I didn't miss out on shit
in Doge.
No, I made a buttload off Akita, and then I don't forget Hosh. Jason and I made bank off Hosh.
Oh,
Doge, as well as Hollow Chain.
Yeah,
I'm referring strictly to the doggy coins, and SHIB is maybe it's the next up and comer dog based meme token. Like I said, guys, mostly.
Sound like you're trying to sell yourself, man.
Yeah, right. Talk himself into it.
If a new person came on and said these same things, I would say something like, generally, once something's up 10,000%, the juice is squeezed.
You're probably absolutely correct. Again, this is why I'm gonna leave the final executive decision to Jason to get us in on it. And yes, we're only gonna throw a little bit at it, guys. Again, it's just for some laughs.
I told you not to.
If it moons, we're gonna have some decent material here to for our audience, to get some laughs in the coming months. That's kind of how I was projecting it. We may end up wrecked, and it'll be a told you so. And why did we not follow our instincts and not play with such shit? But that's just how it goes, guys.
Hey, Jack, are you muted?
Yeah, I am actually.
Muted,
I am. Sorry, guys.
How long have you been muted?
I don't know.
Not long.
People in the chat just started saying they can't hear Jack.
Yeah, probably not long. Probably just the last 30 or 60 seconds. Yes, here's a quick look at the bubbles. Everyone, sorry about that. The analysts heard me, but not the audience. XDC is up nearly 30% today, and you've got the likes of Phantom up nearly 13%. Cosmos, same deal, nearly 13% gains. Day over day, you have Nexo and Tezos putting in single-digit gains, kind of rounding out the winners today. Otherwise, you have the likes of Waves, Algo, and T-Fuel also coming in with single-digit gains. SHIB, one of the biggest losers on bubbles today, down nearly 10%. Jason, tell me when to pull the trigger on SHIB. Maybe a 50% correction.
I'm watching it.
What if SHIB goes to $1? If SHIB went to $1, it would be worth more than $40 quadrillion market cap.
Yeah,
It's
that
just literally impossible. It would dwarf all the wealth in the world, like times 10. It's just no.
Unless they had some weird burning thing.
Yeah, you got to look at market cap.
I do think they have a burn though, don't they? Either way, it'd probably take a couple solar cycles to, and by I mean, for it to complete collapse of the solar system, I guess, before we see enough burn happen to offset the crazy supply. But yeah, we will. We'll certainly still consider it. Jason, like I said, let me know when you want to pull
I'll be
the
keeping
trigger.
an eye on it, but like I said, now is not the time.
Maybe these are the wacky ideas we come up with when we're just kind of kicking it in the premium lounge late at night, coming up with stupid ideas. Yes, more than likely. You know how it goes. All right, there's your quick look at Bubbles.
41 trillion.
Let's hop
That's how much
into
rum
the
is in
news
this.
real quick. Let's have a look here. We got this piece here from Crypto Potato. Hedge funds plan to allocate 7% of portfolios in cryptocurrencies by 2026, says a Financial Times survey. Let's see here.
That's very conservative.
Yeah, large hedge funds expect to increase their crypto holdings by 7% in just 5 years, says a recent survey from the Financial Times. This comes after the increased involvement from prominent names like Stan Druckenmiller, Paul Tudor Jones III, Skybridge Capital, and so many more. Apparently, over 100 global hedge funds were polled in this survey, and the paper concludes that executives expect to hold an average of 7.2% of their assets in crypto in just 5 years' time. Although the current holding numbers are unknown, the publication concluded that such an allocation represents a very large increase in the funds put into various digital assets. Per David Miller, executive director over at Quilter Cheviot Investment Management, hedge funds are well aware not only of the risks but also the long-term potential of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. However, analysts from the consulting company Oliver Wyman argue that digital asset purchases still remain limited to clients that have a high risk tolerance, and even then, investments are typically a low portion of investable assets. Yeah, that's about what I expect. Still high risk, but hey, you know, with there being so much upside potential, how could you not allocate just a few points of your portfolio to crypto? Makes perfect sense to me. Look forward to some of this institutional money to pour into the space. Good things ahead. Good things ahead. Let's hop into this next item here. Here's this thing I mentioned about Mark Cuban. He's hit by the apparent DeFi rug pull. Live and learn, Cuban told Decrypt. The bottom has fallen out of Titan, part of a multi-chain partial collateralization algorithmic stablecoin ecosystem from Iron Finance. Billionaire DeFi investor Mark Cuban. See, I had no idea this guy. I thought this guy was investing in shitcoins. I didn't know he was.
I thought he was doing Doge.
Yeah, I didn't know he was knee deep in DeFi investment. Apparently, right. I don't know. Maybe he's got his teenage kids checking like r/moonshots or something. But somehow he got in on Titan. Billionaire investor Mark Cuban's wallet balance may have fallen with it. The price of Titan fell to zero, prompting Iron Finance to call for all holders to withdraw liquidity from the pools after being hit by what they call a bank run. Decrypt has reached out to Iron Finance for comment. Cuban was one of the liquidity providers on QuickSwap, a decentralized exchange. He announced his involvement back on June 13th, tweeting, "Crypto businesses make more sense than you think, and valuing tokens is easier and makes more sense than you think." Okay.
That's, man, that aged like milk.
Yes, it certainly did. 3 days later, that investment makes a whole lot less sense, responding to a suggestion that this was a rug pull when founders abandoned the project after cashing out. Cuban responded, "I got hit like everyone else. Crazy part is I got out. I thought they were increasing their total value locked enough. And then bam." All right. So did he get out? He says, "Crazy part is I got out." Well, so maybe somebody tipped him off. He doesn't want to admit he got rugged. But he does say, "I got hit like everyone else. Crazy part is I got out." Okay.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
Don't understand that either.
Crazy part is I got out.
Yeah, he says he got hit like everyone else, but then he got out. Not sure.
So how did those two things can't exist at the same time?
Indeed.
Sure, which is it? I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Let's take a look here. I think I heard, yes, I heard him call here. This is an article that came out recently. He's chimed in further on this, of course, late last night. Yes, we covered this sudden collapse of Titan, lost nearly % of its value. Now, after losing what he's characterized as a small percentage of his portfolio, he's calling for increased regulation around stablecoins. How about that? One rug pull, and you and the World Economic Forum are on the same page. Now, after losing what he's characterized as small, yeah, I already said this, a subgroup of cryptos meant to hold stable value tied to particular fiat money. Titan was part of Iron Finance, DeFi, yes. But one of those nice things about banks is that they're subject to consumer protection laws, which disincentivize bad actors. No such regulations exist for DeFi, at which point Cuban says live and learn, and I never thought this would happen, but it did. We just experienced the world's first large-scale crypto bank run. The Post reads, I don't think this is the first one, but whatever the cause, it resulted in the money being drained from the investment program around Iron Finance's stablecoin. The price of Titan plummeted from $65 to 3 millionth of a cent. Wow. Rug pulled. In any industry, there are risks I take on with the goal of not just trying to make money, but also to learn, Cuban wrote. It's just a learning experience. There should be regulation. All right, this is where the meat comes in. There should be regulation to define what a stablecoin is and what collateralization is acceptable. Should we require $1 in U.S. currency for every dollar, or define acceptable collateralization options such as treasuries? Or last week, Cuban wrote nearly 3,000-word blog post about his involvement with Titan and Iron Finance, titled "The Brilliance of Yield Farming, Liquidity Providing, and Valuing Crypto Projects." Wow. It's amazing. Just a week ago, you wrote a 3,000-word essay about this, and then a week later, you're like, well, maybe we should take a closer look exactly how this stuff is collateralized. Man, you think he would have examined that topic in his little blog post from last week. Mark Cuban, rest in peace, I guess. His first...
What a short.
Yeah. Anybody here get involved in Titan? Let us know in the comments.
That'd be a sweet short, baby.
All right, let's see how we're doing on time. All right, I got to get this last couple news items out the door, and we're going to hop into the next segment. Let's have a look here. NASCAR driver Landon Cassill to receive his salary in Bitcoin and Litecoin. Another athlete. I guess this is kind of from the world of sports, so I guess you can kind of call him an athlete, but he's, I guess, a professional driver. Mr. Castiel here, a NASCAR driver. He's now dumping cold hard cash for Bitcoin and Litecoin. That's right. He wants to get paid in crypto, fully paid in crypto, after inking a sponsorship deal with crypto investing app Voyager, a first for the iconic auto racing company. His payouts will be mainly comprised of Bitcoin and Litecoin. Cassill has been dabbling in crypto for several years, which is why his trailblazing move is comfortable for him. Quote, "There's a handful of drivers that are into crypto, but I'm probably one that's been in it for long enough that I'm pretty comfortable with how it works." The 31-year-old driver says he may carve out some of his crypto to pay bills, but plans to hodl the rest. After making waves in football and basketball, crypto is now permeating car racing. Earlier today, the leading racing team McLaren announced its foray into the NFT space by making Tezos its official technical partner. Very cool. Yeah, I heard some whispers about this today too. McLaren, Tezos tying the knot on foray into NFTs. Very cool. Very cool. McLaren, a legit brand, and Tezos ostensibly another legit crypto brand or project everyone's sleeping on. Very cool. One day I hope maybe when I make it into the big leagues, they too will be paying me in crypto. Oh wait, they already do. All right, looks like me and Mr. Cassill are in the same boat. Can't complain. All right, what do we have here? Why is this blacked out? Twitter, oh Twitter. Here we go. Here's one from Jesse Stein. Smart money has rotated from their big commodity short from early May to now stocks. All-time low short interest. Mega pre-revenue IPO lockup window opens late June, July. Record low put-call ratio. Meme stock euphoria. Market very susceptible to unforeseen event this summer. Alex, this is something you linked to me too, and I guess this is pointing out that the markets are indeed in a vulnerable spot, and record low pull call, IPO lockup window, all-time low short interest. So I guess he's implying market could very well turn around, slap everyone in the face here. New extremes in the S&P futures on the 3-year min-max screen. Between large and E-mini contracts, smart money, commercial hedges are holding nearly 53 billion worth of contracts in net short. That's a new record short, eclipsing the prior record of 48 billion net short at the end of October 2018. All right, so hedge funds, net short. Is this Alex? Do you have anything you can expand on this one?
I don't have anything to expand on what Jesse Stein said here. I mean, it's certainly he said that a few days ago, and you can see the market certainly didn't react to bad news very well. I don't know if this is the news that's going to send the market down, but there's plenty of reasons why we've been saying that the market
looks weak.
Yeah. Yes, talk of a gamma squeeze here in the comments. All right, I got to move to wrap. Let's see here. World Economic Forum produces a guide, including some choice of winning crypto projects. Let's kind of skip straight to it. Let's see here. Yes, illicit finance, blah blah blah. The great, don't want to even use that keyword on YouTube. Is there any actual projects noted in this article? Here we go. The report lists 6 crypto projects with brief text on their ability to handle large volumes: Algorand, Cardano, Cello, XRPL, Solano, is this Solana or Solano, and Stellar XLM. Interesting. The report mentions the big two, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Entire section to Ethereum to discuss its programmability and usefulness in facilitating tech innovation. All right. Well, here you go, guys. These few projects got name dropped on the World Economic Forum's document concerning crypto. Their list, their guide list. Interesting. Like I said, I have to get a move on here. FTM will be listed on Gemini. Yes, FTM. Potentially this is why Phantom made the bubbles today. Phantom up potentially on the back of this Gemini listing. And Keep and UCipher communities back protocol merger and plan on Ethereum. All right, so Keep and UCipher tying the knot. But I'm out of time, guys. I have to hop into the next segment. Let's get into it. See who's kicking it with us today in the live chat. Let's expand the chat window out a little bit and see who's with us here. Who was here first in the chat this morning? Lots of comments already to scroll through. Let's see here. We have Mr. H. Mr. H on YouTube writes first. Shout outs to Mr. H making it in first. I think that's Rhino TD. David Rice, right on Rice on DLive saying hi all. Well, David, you were first on DLive. It's a lovely day, he says. It's a lovely day in the hood. Yes. Kicking it with your homies here in the hood.
I'm not sure what hood you hail from, but respect.
Yeah, we hanging on the stoop, talking crypto every day. Welcome to the crew. Philip Alexander Philly Carr, hashtag Palladium. All right, we'll take a look at Palladium in just a bit. ANCAP Futures is with us. Shout outs to ANCAP. It's raining here, says Rhino TD. Let's see here. Taz Blitz is with us. Good evening. Very good evening to Taz Blitz. How's it going, people? Says Rhino TD. Rooster RR says thanks. This Rooster guy is very sus. I kind of muted him yesterday. Keeping my eye on Rooster. I see Ronaldo trashed Coca-Cola. You talking about the footballer Ronaldo? What did he say about Coca-Cola? Do I have to check the Coca-Cola stock? Did he really move the markets? Daniel is with us here on YouTube. Let's see here. Mr. Ether joins us on YouTube asking, what is XDC? I too wonder what exactly is XDC, but I've seen it trend on bubbles in the past. Philly says commodity dump today, as well as Jerome. Wonder what a deal was done in Geneva with Biden and Putin. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of deals they made either, but we'll take a look at commodities in just a bit. All right. Jose Alves is in the DLive chat. Hey guys, how's it going? Nice to see you, Jose. Alex1233, good evening to all. Good evening to you, my man. D Sally over on DLive. Hello all. Shout outs to you. Is CC Trading Bot ready? Asks Daniel. No, maybe not exactly. If you're talking about some of the other development work we have in the lab, that's still currently under development, guys. We'll let you know. Any word, I will bet one lemon that the Fed doesn't raise rates. I
actually do have some news for it. So I talked with Johnny last night, and he has been working on it the last couple of weeks. So it's actually getting closer to the point where we can go to beta. There's, what can we do, guys? Our developers are also people who, some of whom have full-time jobs elsewhere. And Johnny's had, a few life emergencies, so we just haven't been able to roll it out as fast as we wanted. But it is being worked on.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate whatever pace it comes at. We have a bona fide, rocket scientist carving out this particular project. Even if it takes a little longer, I'm okay with it because
I'm going to give him all the time he needs.
Yep. He's balancing other responsibilities with it too, and he's doing it, almost out of the goodness of his heart, dare I say. So, shout outs to Johnny. I'm glad to hear he's still plugging away. But indeed, he's had a bit of a shake up over there where he is.
Dealt the shitty hand lately.
Indeed, but I'm glad to hear you touch base with him last night and things are proceeding. Great. CryptoBull21's with us on DLive. I bet they raised them, then dropped them again. Could be, but we're talking about very high time frame cycles here. David Rice covered that bet. Okay, I certainly would take that bet myself. I see a chart request for Palladium. Yep, hang tight, Philly. CryptoBull KSM short, nice. Kryptonian, another paradox. If generally the masses are wrong, what does that say about democracy? I feel you there, Kryptonian. Toes in the sand. Good day, all. Take profit levels for shorts on Bitcoin. All right, stand by. We will certainly plot some TPs for you on your Bitcoin short. Russian ballerinas are a bit more affordable now. Now, any word. Polly B joins us on DLive. Hey folks, shout outs to Polly B. Hema Nashu over on YouTube. Hey guys, what will you be buying? How are you? What will be buy value for ETH and Bitcoin? All right, maybe he's asking about buy levels for Bitcoin. Hang tight. We'll certainly look at Bitcoin and Ethereum in just a couple minutes. I bought a nice dinner worth of sheep for shiz and giggles and sold it at 63% loss, but maybe buy a few more tacos worth again soon. Oh dear, toes in the sand. Maybe this is why we didn't buy last night. God bless you, Jason. You saved me some toes in the sand style headache. I would hate to.
Told you. Now's not the time.
I'd hate to throw $63 at it and then lose 63% on that, I guess. CryptoBull21, guess I'm getting 3% for my SHIB. Comes out to a 5K payout a week. Interesting. You're getting 3% interest, but you're getting 5K payout a week. How much did you put into SHIB, CryptoBull21?
I'm getting 5,000 SHIB a week.
Oh, 5,000 SHIB a week. Okay. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. Electric, but look how cheap it is. Indeed, look how cheap it is. We're all going to get rich, boys. That's, of course, satire as a disclaimer, guys. I'm not trading advice. Toes in the sand, 40 million SHIB. What if it goes to $1? Yes, we covered the dollar. SHIB. Let's have a look here. BK Fly joins us on DLive. Shoutouts to BK Fly. RK is with us on YouTube. Shoutouts to RK. Red Rose B is Shrek allowed. Not sure what Shrek is referring to, but shoutouts to the new user on Twitch by the name of Red Rose B. Let's have a look. We got to get into the next segment. I'm going to shout out the last couple users, and we're going to get into the next segment. All right, I think that's about everybody. B-Flow says he visited California for a week, and he's back now. All right, shout-outs to B-Flow. Hope you enjoyed Cali. He says, I figured you guys benefited from the lack of my nonsensical chatter on my end. Yes. No,
we didn't even notice you were gone.
We barely noticed you were gone, B-Flow, but in all seriousness, we love having you around, so it's good to have you back in the chat. Chico Blanco Verano. He says he's worried for the Olympus Treasury since they have Frax bonds and iron was a fork of Frax. I see, yes. Do tread carefully, I guess, with your Olympus Treasury holdings. Janix89. Yes, I did call him a professional athlete. Driver, it's motorsports. It's kind of equivalent to professional athlete. Chico Blanco Verano, dollars backed by the authority, the sovereign government of the United States. Cryptos backed by hopes and dreams. All right, we got a dollar maximist in the chat. Crypto people are cultish. All fair points, but I do got to get into the next segment. So many comments to read, so many users. I do appreciate and love having you all with us here, but it's time for the main event, guys. This took long enough, and we know what you're here for. Juicy, high quality TA as always. Let's get into the next segment. Connecting to Alex's stream, and now hopping over there. Yes, he's on screen, currently looking at the BTC USD daily on BitMEX. Perfect. I'm going to hop into chat, start extracting everyone's requests, get those in now. Alex, take it away from here.
Okay. For Bitcoin in particular, I think this doesn't necessarily need to be a large drop. We've got some support below us. First in here in the point of control, which is the price at which the most volume has been transacted. Price very attracted to this area. By definition, that's why the most volume has been transacted there. And we often see retests like this, so this is not necessarily bearish for Bitcoin here, especially because we're still pretty far above the our baseline. And we've got the support of our previous resistance level here. I've got this triangle drawn out somewhere else. There we go. We can give up on this for now, I guess. Well, no, we'll just leave this. I think we could still move up into this area. We've got a lot of support here, right around 36.5. For Ethereum and the alts, however, this is not a really great spot to be continuing to break down from. Here on Ethereum, you can see us breaking back below our daily baseline. Not a good look. This is also us breaking below the trend line that I have drawn out here, which I think this is a very well-tested trend line, right? Like boom, 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 boom. We're holding it. Boom, we hold it again here. And then, as of yesterday, breaking down below it. Jason putting on an Ethereum USD short. I couldn't. We're inside of our no trade zone here, so.
Different baselines.
Yeah. At this point, it sort of seems like we're not going to be getting the move up into this area. Yeah, if we break down from here any further, then I definitely expect $2,000 at least in the near term. Next support level is right down here, right around $2,000, $1,950 really. I think if we go on lower time frames. Let's see. Yeah, 1950. This area right here, just. So this area is resistance here, and like our last stop support level down here. Three-day, as you can see, also looking very weak. We really need to hold this spot, really. We need to hold 2,400. We need to close back above it.
Can we hold?
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
I guess it's more like 2,375, but 2,350, 2,400, 2,375, that area. All right, Bitcoin dominance. seems to have kind of topped out around 46%-ish, 45, 75-ish. We could see a pullback here. I really don't want to speculate too much on the daily movements of Bitcoin dominance. It could really go either way here. I think I'd like to see some more sideways before I see a large move up. But at this point, I would only be surprised if we suddenly went lower. Like if we were suddenly ended up below 40%, that would be very surprising to me. But sideways, upwards, it wouldn't surprise me right now. I definitely feel like Bitcoin's going to be a better choice than the alts going forward for at least the near to midterm. Uniswap perp so far unable to make it above our local point of control. So it was resistance here, support here, support here. Finding resistance in this spot again. I don't know about down here. I think I really prefer. I could never find it. I use it every day.
Day.
I really like that spot. Oh, and look, it's the high right here. So I think there's some sense to that. Dragon Perp, it sort of seems like we've crawled below support right here. So we've got support, boom, in this spot. Start to break below. Little oversold, can't quite do it. Push up. Lower highs, lower high, lower high. And here we are now below this level, which was our support. Now it's resistance for us. Not good. Yeah, at this time, I don't see a good reason to be in alts instead of Bitcoin. Bitcoin definitely looks like the better choice. The price action is just stronger. It's clear that Bitcoin has gotten more gains than the alts have. Go ahead. We'll take a look at the DXCM today.
Boom.
Man, I thought we would experience some resistance here. We didn't.
We just blew right through, man.
Yeah. And see, there you go, guys. Everybody's been anticipating the death of the dollar, but we here on Cracking Crypto have been telling you about blah, blah, blah support levels and all the shit you hear me say every day. I can't see the future, but I can get a pretty good idea of what may happen next just from looking at the charts. I don't have to know what the news is going to be. I don't have to know what Jerome Powell is going to say at the FOMC meeting, because a lot of it's written on the price chart.
Yeah, we've been saying buying behavior in DXCM for a couple weeks now. And it's not surprising to see. I mean, it's surprising at the speed of the acceleration on how much ground we've covered that quickly, but we've been saying it's been poised to go up.
Yeah. You know, I'm not an economics genius. I'm not a mathematics genius. It's just there's simple techniques you can use, and it gives you an edge on the markets. And that it's not really super complicated.
Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep. So there's not much to say. We now that we've broken above this level, I would expect us to come back and retest here. So I don't know how it will happen. Maybe we'll move up some more and then down, or maybe we'll just move straight down. Who knows? But I would look towards a retest of 91 dollar units, whatever you want to call them, Dixie units. The 91 freedom units.
Freedom units, I like that.
God bless you, Dixie. Finding support on the 91 freedom unit level. You guys can't see me, but I'm saluting the screen right now.
I was too.
Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, this is bad news for Bitcoin, and you can see that. So, the last 2 days, Dixie suddenly going up. What's happening on Bitcoin the last 2 days? Oh, suddenly we're going down. Inversely correlated, guys. Dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down. The dollar is inversely correlated with a lot of things across the market. So we know the dollar is up today. I bet the traditional markets are down too. And keep in mind, I have not looked at the Dow or the SPY or the NASDAQ today. But I'm just going to guess using my magical TA powers that because the dollar's up, these other things are going to be down. Oh.
Man, you nailed it. I love it.
Pretty good. That one feels pretty good.
We've been talking about that one for a while, but dude, that's going to ride that thing perfectly. That's amazing.
Oh,
that's funny.
I do feel pretty good about that one. But again, this was not technical analysis. This was a very good educated guess on my part. So I don't want to brag too hard about this because this is more.
Alex has more money than he's saying. He's manipulating the market.
Man, I should have taken out some really heavy puts is what I should have done.
You should have believed in yourself.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, and we've got this. Why do I have this as a support level? I mean, it's working.
Don't question yourself.
Yeah, don't question Alex of the past. I'm sorry. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy to inhabit the same body as Alex of the past. He's a great man. Okay. All right. So yeah, Dow is down. Let's see. I think the Nasdaq's probably gonna be worse off. Oh, I'm wrong. This is interesting. This is very interesting.
Oh yeah, it is weird.
I think we seem to be finding some support on previous resistance. So we've been looking at this area here as resistance. So resistance here, finding resistance here. This is really bullish, actually. Not quite a continuation long signal yet. This is so curious. Let's look at some tech stocks. Actually, let's finish up with the SPY, and then let's look at some tech stocks. I imagine the tech stocks will be pulling the SPY up here. Yeah, kind of holding up against the tide, I guess you could say, but it's definitely not strong. Just got an exit signal on the 3-day, crossing below the 3-day baseline. Is this? Okay, this is a linear chart pattern. Yeah, the S&P 500 still looks very weak here, but the NASDAQ, that is so curious.
Yeah, it is. Like I said that yesterday as well. I was pointing out that the NASDAQ for some reason seems to be gaining support here when everything else is below resistance.
Yeah. Let's look at some tech stocks. Ooh la la. So this is a weekly trend line. That's why it looks weird on the daily. This could have legs. This looks like a breakout to me. Huh. Okay. Well, Apple kind of looks like it's breaking up a little bit out of this descending triangle pattern. So we were looking for roughly, I would say, a little bit more than 60% of the time, when you see a descending triangle pattern like this, they break to the downside. It's a support level with sellers pushing down stronger and stronger until the support level breaks. But the thing with patterns is, like, they're never a guarantee, and it's just like an edge. You know that it's more likely to do this one thing than the other thing, but they can break up here, and so I'm a little surprised, but here we are. The price is doing what it's doing.
Mm-hmm. Curious to see the dollar go and the NASDAQ go.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at a couple others here. AMD. I don't know. This looks kind of strong. This is, by the way, a weekly chart pattern. That is why it's got a little bit of a break.
Overlap here.
So. There we go. So linear. It's kind of convincing. I like how we remain at the point of control and then we break above it here. WADA's firing off. This is a continuation signal in my system. Not that it's optimized for AMD or any of the stocks, but I mean it's better than having nothing, you know. Okay. Well, AMD and Apple look good while the NASDAQ is breaking out into a new all-time high. Interesting. I think Facebook is just making a new all-time high, period. Yeah.
Congratulations, Zuckerberg.
Or no, it was a couple days ago, and now we're just retesting it. Still a big day, potentially finding support here. Microsoft. Still holding a very strong uptrend. I gotta say, on the weekly, it looks ready to keep going. It actually looks ready to go more parabolic on the weekly. What do you think?
On Microsoft?
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely looks poised for a break, but at this point, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, I mean, until you get until we made a new high, like until we actually broke above the weekly level. But
then by that pullback,
it looks strong. Taiwan Semiconductor. Why can't I'm suddenly blanking on. There we go. TSM. That's it. Semiconductor manufacturing. That's it. This has potential. This is a very similar trade to AMD. Except AMD looks stronger. Yeah. But Tesla. Even Tesla breaking up today. I mean, it isn't broken up, but it is moving up in a place where you would be expecting more bearishness. Instead, we're starting to break up. Well, that is a sour anomaly. That's very interesting. This is kind of good for us, I would say. If tech stocks can keep going, then crypto can keep going. Extremely curious.
Very curious.
I have a request here. I was wondering maybe the good time to look at it now. Coin, can we check out the Coinbase ticker real quick? See how that's faring.
Well, I have this as having broken out of the downtrend, but it appears to just kind of be accumulating at this price right now. I don't know that we won't come down and retest towards $200 again. I think I would like to see all these buyers flushed out. There's an entire day, so we gapped down. So the way I'm reading this chart is as we come down towards our selling climax, we actually gap down here and gap all the way down from here to open around $200 on, what is this, May 18th, May 19th. What happened that day? What was the big news that day? I bet you that's the day Bitcoin bottomed out. Bitcoin USDT. May 19th. Boom. Right here. Day Bitcoin bottoms out. Same day Coinbase bottoms out to open at $200. Then people are buying all day long on the bounce. Trade sideways here at this point of control. Slowly break out of our downtrend. I think I'd love to see a retest of resistance, and then potentially even reach up to grab. I can never find it. Reach up to grab $250 area, 255. There's some interesting volume up here, but ultimately I want to see more sideways trading and maybe even a retest of the lows to flush out these buyers. What's next?
I mean, we hadn't got into the request yet. I merely.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, this was a request, so I just got in my. Got this
all good. All good.
Let's look at commodities. So, because the NASDAQ is doing something interesting, and so are the tech stocks we looked at. Now I kind of curious what everything else is doing. All right, gold. Oh my God. The dollar, guys.
Yeah, the gold's just getting hammered.
Yeah, so the dollars, gold's heaviest trading pair is, of course, the dollar.
Where's Peter Schiff when you need him?
Probably crying into a corner somewhere in a field position.
It's not fair.
I like being a buyer of gold here. If you had asked me all the way up here where I would want to buy gold, I'd say, oh yeah, definitely back down here in this support area. So I like being a buyer of gold around 1775. We could push a little lower, but I don't expect to see us push much below 1745. This is a nice, strong support area. We've got good long-term trend support below us right here, which we hold here too. So I expect that to continue to hold, and a little bit of recovery here on gold, I would think. Silver looks worse. I do want to point out that we were saying that gold and silver were at resistance, and it delivered. At this point, just get out of silver. Just get out. I'm like convinced. This is a topping pattern. This is not like, oh, we're reaccumulating right here. Someone is distributing a whole buttload of silver. I know there's a lot of people that believed in the short squeeze, but I guess it's just not going to happen this cycle or whatever. I don't know what to tell you. This looks rough. Another great example of just selling as soon as the uptrend breaks. All right, thank you. That's enough gains for me. Uptrend is broken. So we seem to come up and look to retest, and I bet there's a lot of people that bought back in here, but instead we're rejected from our daily baseline. Get sent straight to hell. We can reliably say that this is not going to be happening anymore. Very rough looking. I would look for maybe a retest of $26.5, $27, another firm rejection, and then an even bigger drop in silver. That's how I'm feeling. Wow. What an ugly, ugly day for Palladium. I see why I really wanted to look at it. You know, this almost feels purposeful right here. I can see a lot of people having their trend lines drawn out like this, where we kind of break out, retest, and then we seem like we're going to take off right here. But instead we get this really big fuck you red candle.
That's a hell of a candle on Palladium, man.
Yeah.
Stair step up, elevator down, people.
I think at this point I would be looking for a retest of 2450. Come all the way back down. We've got some support here. See, so resistance, 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 resistance. I'd like to see it retested here as support. I'm not that interested in this area anymore. This is the new area that I'm interested in. I guess if you're in Palladium long term, maybe there's another way to look at this. I think maybe from a Wyckoffean perspective, buying climax, signs of weakness, up thrust above distribution. What would that look like? Not quite. We don't have an up thrust here. This is more just like a little bit of sideways consolidation. At the very least, I think we could see a bounce here and some more trading near 2750 before we reject from this area again. We will want to retest this as resistance. So it's resistance here, resistance here. We break it, get a little bit of support, then break down. We will want to come back up and retest this at least one more time for resistance. So if you're stuck in a position, you may have an opportunity to get out. Platinum. Oh, I can't believe I ever doubted him for even a second.
Buy here.
Remember 2 days ago, I was like, oh, I guess I was wrong. Maybe we will bounce from this area.
Buy here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a shirt made for that. Just buy here.
Yeah. I should just come do this once a month and then make billions of dollars.
There you go. That's funny. You've been on one today.
Yeah. Brently crude, as some of the legends like to say.
I've heard it in stories.
We may have topped out here. I still want to see us below $70 before I will be bearish on oil. For now, this could just be a retest of resistance as support. It's just a few exit signals on lower time frames. Well, lower comparatively. Corn, I told you. Very firm rejection here. Weekly finally breaking below the uptrend. Very ugly. Natural gas trading sideways at resistance. I have no opinion either way right here. It could do either thing. Oh my God, soybeans. Look at this.
Did it get bought back up?
You gotta you gotta see it.
Oh no! The death of soybeans. About time.
This is fantastic for food prices.
Food prices,
You know.
Food prices gonna go down.
Yeah. Soybeans are down 10% today. Oh God. I want to see soybeans back around like $11,
Buy here.
$12, maybe even $10 before I'm interested in it again.
Go ahead and slap a buy here on there. Let's see how it happens.
Okay. This
I really like that node around $10. That high volume node.
this one right here. Yeah, I like this. This is $11.
Yeah, right in there.
You like the $11 one or?
Yeah, right in that range. I was just eyeballing it from the chart.
Okay.
But you're right around there.
Sugar, very rough here on the daily and the weekly. I say short it. Basically, you should be shorting all the commodities against the dollar right now, it appears.
Go out and buy some corn. It's cheap.
Wheat. Stick a fork in it. It's done. I guess we're still holding the uptrend. We could technically still find some support here. Australia blow off top yesterday, maybe? Question mark. It's a very interesting candle.
Yeah, but it'll be also interesting if you get a bullish engulfing it right after it.
Yeah, but we're not. Look at lower time frames.
Yeah, let's say it's rejecting from here.
It could be a blow off top on the Australian economy. Chinese economy. This no longer looks like a retest right here. So we've definitely broken back down below support. That means this is all back on the table. Gonna end up back down here. Interestingly, France is still going for it today. More sideways on Hong Kong. UK maybe finding support. This looks a little bit like the NASDAQ yesterday. Indian trend looks exhausted. I'd be getting out of this. And, guys, look at where we topped out at. Boom. Inverse head and shoulder completion.
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy.
Pattern complete. Come back next week.
Let's get rid of this. So I would be, this looks like a fantastic short opportunity and a great opportunity to get out of a long. I know no one took a long based on this, but it's really gratifying for us to, over the course of the past month or so, kind of keep our eyes on this hypothetical trade. And here we see a very typical pattern completion for an inverse head and shoulders on the world stage. You know, this is not like a small market. This is India's market. And yet here we've got this pattern completing just like out of a textbook.
Yeah, that's pretty textbook.
Yeah, a little bit of a throwback here, but yeah, fine. Your stop would have been on the other side of this, so you would have been safe. Still sideways on Japan. New all-time high on Netherlands. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that looks like the strongest.
Yeah, well, ever since we broke the support here, Netherlands has been probably the strongest out of the or resistance there. Netherlands has been the strongest out of the European economies for some reason. Singapore, done. There was a chance a few days ago. As of yesterday, I'm out. Oh, look at that. Short the shit out of Singapore. I guess emerging markets are going to have it rough. Taiwan is still at resistance. I'm not super interested in it. UK bonds are retesting their lows. US 10 years are recovering today. Yesterday, as far as I could tell, everything got sold into the dollar, including bonds.
Yep.
But today, bonds are reacting in the way that we sort of expect. Because if you remember, I think it was the day before yesterday, I was like, the dollar's up, but bonds are down. We're normally... When dollar is up, bonds are up because bonds are worth more, right? Bonds are worth dollars. So dollar becomes worth more, bonds become worth more. Pretty simple. I suppose it would probably, if I had to make an educated guess, it would be due to the portfolio and stuff that I was talking about, having occurred, and that would occur in bonds too, with the rebalancing of positions. But now I guess I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass, I guess. The market does what it does, and we just kind of follow along. And sometimes it's obvious why it does it, and sometimes it's not. Anyway, bonds are up today. Except the 2-year Treasury notes are way down.
Getting hammered.
Mm-hmm. 5-year recovering after yesterday's sell-off. Here's the NASDAQ from another angle. Very convincing. Russell 2000 topped out. 30-year bonds, which are much less affected by what the Fed is doing, through the roof. As you can see, we're right at resistance here. This is also a completed inverse head and shoulder pattern. Banking hit very hard, very topped out. If you can find a way to get short this, I would do so. This is actually kind of beautiful. This the wedging here. Let me. There we go. All right, let's say that's like a full rising wedge. What does this pattern give us if we treat it like a measured move?
It's going to take you down to that 2600 range.
Not bad. 26,000. Very good eye.
Boom.
See, there's a reason we keep this guy around.
I'm not a complete idiot, y'all. like I said, I'm just like,
mad. We haven't done any chart requests yet, but it's a big day on the markets, guys, and we got to do a big review. A lot going on, as you can see. Look at that. Look at this shit. Things change this week. Things change.
Potential.
That's not a potential change, man. That's a change.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of.
I thought you were saying potentially we're changing. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, we're definitely breaking trend for sure. And now it's time to give all that shit back real quick.
Yeah, I'd be looking in this area, which is oh god.
Oh god.
That would be really painful if this completes. That'd be incredible.
That's how you know you're doing it right. When you look at a movie, like, really, is this possible? And then you're like, okay, like that's the measured move. Like, buy here. Actually, no, that's too far. Yeah, there you go.
I think I really prefer this area.
Yeah. I would agree.
I know it's measured move would have us be down here, but I like up here just a little bit more. Oh boy. Okay, let's do chart requests. Thank you for your patience, Jack.
No problem. I thank the audience for their patience. Of course, we don't have a gigantic pile of requests, so I was
good. Hopefully they were just enraptured by today's TA.
Yeah, completely. So gave Alex plenty of time to review the macroeconomic climate here before we dive into your request, guys. Again, reasonably short list for today. So let's get it on screen, shall we? Let's see here. What do we have for the first request? Let's just adjust this here. All right, yes, Palladium indeed was one of the first requests from Philly Carr. We already looked at that, but I will read his comment out. May I get an early chart request in for Palladium on lower time frames? He says he's never seen anything like its price action today. Palladium lower time frames. Yeah, we certainly gave Palladium a look. Incredible, price action.
Yeah,
indeed.
It's such a huge move on Palladium. I can't. There's not a lot of 10% move days, I'm sure.
Yeah, crazy. Let's get into it. Next request up on the board is for this question here from this user. Came in nice and early. Heeman Shu on YouTube writes, Ethereum buy price freeze. I don't have an option to short. I only play on spot markets. All right, so I guess they want any input at all on catching the next bottom on Ethereum. Where would you guys buy your Ethereum? Any input on this question?
I did cover that. I said the level I'd be looking would be around like 2000, 1950, and then if that didn't hold, I just wouldn't buy for a while. Yeah. I would just wait to see.
Duck and cover. Things could get ugly. All right. Shout outs to this user here for his Ethereum buy. Best of luck with that. All right. Next one is for Crypto Bull in the DLive chat. He wants to look at VET, VET USD, please. VChain.
All right. Nothing we can really do with it right now. We've got an exit signal, so if we cross up again, then that would be great. That could mean this was like kind of a fake out. We're crossing up well above the daily baseline. It'll be a nice continuation signal, but for right now, it's telling us to stay out. At the very least, if we did break down here, I'd be looking at 7.5. 6.5, 5. There's a lot of support levels before us. We could just hit every branch of the tree on the way down. Like, I have no idea what the market would do if it really broke down here. So I'd be incredibly cautious. And I don't like this area anymore. If we broke down, we'd probably break down even further. Something like that.
Yeah, at that point, I think you test the trend.
Well, I'm surprised we never made it above this resistance level. I really thought we'd make it at least up to here, but this resistance level helps.
Just the way she goes sometimes.
What's next?
All right, before I get to the next comment, just want to shout out the user Chico Blanco Verano over on YouTube. He's making a lot of solid commentary in today's live chat. Chico, do appreciate your comments, including this one. Futures curves on commodities tell you everything you need to know about the coming deflation. Yes, the inflation narrative could be dramatically overstated. This is something I think about too a lot. And Chico certainly pointing to the commodities future curve, certainly kind of concurring with that. But Chico, much appreciated. Thanks for your stay here. I do like your comments.
Yeah, the charts can tell you a lot about what may be coming down the pipe.
For sure.
Indeed, and it's kind of counter to what many are expecting. As the narrative, the hyperinflation narrative has been dominating. And it could be that, yes, a lot of people are indeed wrong. Let's get into this next one. A lot of chatter concerning Coca-Cola today. Yes, some famous footballer made comments, and it said
He said drink water instead of Coke, and that's what crashed their stock. That's idiotic.
Nah, that's not what happened. If you look, Coca-Cola's ex-dividend date was June 14th. Like, you had to hold the Coca-Cola stock up to June 14th to get the dividends, and then if you look on the 15th, the price dumped when the people holding it dumped because they're going to be, they're eligible for the dividends.
Yep.
And then that news item also came out that day, and then because nobody in the financial news media actually knows how the markets work or what moves stuff, they just assumed that it was this news story. But I don't think the news story has anything to do with it.
Yeah, I think it's silly to even relate it.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, do we have the chart on screen? Just curious, how big of a kind of volatility are we talking about here?
It's a fucking nothing burger, dude.
The big nothing burger.
I mean, it's not nothing. It's clearly a big day for Coca-Cola.
It's sold off, yes, but everything else is selling off as well.
All right, nothing remarkable about Coca-Cola there. Let's get in to the next request.
Popped out on the weekly. I mean, we got a weekly exit signal, but like we do for a lot of the market.
Man, that thing really oscillates well, huh? Look at that.
Yeah, it's very regular pattern.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, but we look pretty topped out here.
Now comes your reckoning.
All right, what's next?
All right, getting into the next one. Lemons are just 6 minutes away. Hang tight, guys. Lemons coming your way. Just a couple minutes. Get your lemons in now. I'm gonna dump some lemons in the drawer. Let's get into the next one.
Shake that tree.
Rollo Maximus over on DLive writes, could you guys take a look at LYXE? LYXE. Got some friends that are concerned. I'm looking to buy it below $4.
You looking at white coffee and patterns again?
I had it up on the screen for the members earlier.
Just study it on your free time, huh?
I pulled it up earlier on screen for the members.
Likely story. Looks like a good break of trend there.
Yeah, I think this looks like a decent place to be buying. Is under $4 possible? Yeah, it's possible. But right now there's just no sign that we're gonna get that. Well, we don't have a buy signal yet, so you could wait until we get a buy signal. We could still break down a little bit more, but yeah. Unfortunately, it's just no sign at this moment that we're going to be below $4.
All right, there is your look at LYXE. Let's get into the next one. Thank you, Rollo Maximus. Mr. BK Fly on DLive's next. He wants to look at MATIC. MATIC. What's the latest over at MATIC?
Should be giving us a continuation short signal tomorrow, I would think. if we keep moving down, I would be getting out. Yep, I just don't see a good reason to be a MATIC right now. What's next?
All right. We also have Polkadot for BK Fly.
Early exit signal today. Yeah, I don't have a good sense of what's gonna happen here, but there's just no reason for us to be long right now. We could get a continuation signal if we cross back up, so I would just keep my eyes on that, and then if we did, I would try and take it up towards resistance somewhere. What's next?
All right, moving into the next request now. Let's check in on the time. 3 minutes to go for the chest. In the meantime, let's do this one for BK Fly as well. He says, if there's time, can you take a look at the stock DXCM, Dexcom?
I mean, you're a little late to the party. I guess it could keep going. The monthly's pretty strong. I can't get much of a reading on it beyond that. Otherwise, yeah, I would just say that we're at resistance and there's not much to do with it. I'll tell you what, if June closes strongly like this, then you could consider entering it. But you might just want to wait until we make new highs and then enter. We're less than like 6 or 8% away from a new high, so why not wait? What's next?
All right, there's your look at Dexcom. Let's hop into the next request. I'm gonna go open the chest in just 30 seconds from now. Hang tight for that, guys. David Rice is next. He wants to look on IXIC on the NASDAQ. What's IXIC? Oh, it's the composite? That's all it is?
I mean, it's just the NASDAQ. We already looked at it. What's next?
We certainly did. All right, let's get into this one here for Boris Bitcoin. He wants to look at something called DFI.money. What is DFI.money coin? Let's find out.
Isn't that your...
Nope.
DFI?
Nope. I would think so, but it's not. It's actually it's a YFII. It's YFII. It's that token. It's not my DFI.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. With that said, guys, I'm going to be moving to opening that chest any second now. Get ready.
I don't like it. We're right at the point of control. It's like the literal definition of sideways. Just leave it alone. This has done nothing for a year, so I would really need this to prove itself to me before I did anything with it. You totally missed. Can you imagine being trapped in this and you miss Bitcoin's run, and then you miss the alt season this year? I'd be so pissed off. Yeah. I don't see any reason to be in this right now. What's next?
All right, guys, get your lemon rewards in now. You might be too late already. The distribution just ended. I gave you guys plenty of heads up. Yes, Rhino TD somehow coming in first again. Rhino TD, man, you got to pull back on your lemon squeezy. Give somebody else a chance at bat. But in all seriousness, congrats, guys. Big lemon giveaway as always here at CC. And top winner, Rhino TD, 139 lemons, 80 lemons for Anyword, 58 lemons for Taz Blitz. This Rooster guy snuck in with 46 lemons and 39.2 for Jason. Congrats to all the winners, but this Rooster dude, where is he? How did he get his hands on these lemons? Oh, there he
How did he get his hand on these lemons?
How did he do it? I didn't see him chatting or dropping lemons in a bucket today. God damn it, I should have banned him yesterday when I had the chance. I only suspended him for a day.
Speak now, Rooster.
Again, Rooster guy's hella sus. You know how it is. These people come in here trying to steal the lemons. All right, much appreciated. Thanks everybody who participated and got their hands on some.
They just stole like $1 million with lemons from us.
Grand Theft Lemon.
Grand Theft Lemon, yes. The citrus bandit is roaming D-Live, snatching up all the lemons. Stay out of trouble, guys. All right. I'll get my hands on Rooster in due time, but in the meantime, let's get into the next request. All right, we already looked at this. Anyword said maybe coin is breaking out, he asked. Yeah, we did certainly check in on coin while looking at some of the tech stocks. Thanks, Anyword, for pointing out the coin.
I wouldn't call it breaking out. It's certainly traded sideways outside of its downtrend, but I mean, doesn't breaking out normally involve going a direction other than sideways?
I think that's why he used the qualifier maybe in his statement, but indeed, we've taken a look at coin. That one's crossed off the list. Still have time left in the show, though, to knock out these last couple requests. This one's for Vidush here on YouTube. He wants to look at PDEX. PDEX.
Again, all right.
Looking pretty weak.
Yeah, it looks like we weren't able to get up from here at all. So I will go ahead with my original statement, which is to just not be in it right now and wait until it gives you some sort of bullish idea of what it wants to do. Yeah, I mean, I just don't have a good sense of what to do with it. It kind of looks accumulate-y, but that doesn't mean that we can't drop down and make a new low as a kind of a spring. So I just wouldn't do anything right now. What's next?
All right, well, there we go. There's your look at PDEX for Vidush. What do we, excuse me, what do we have next here? We have, what is this? Andrew Munns writes the following on YouTube. WWR is a great 2-year hold. Just acquired a graphene mine that's 99.9% purity, which is going to be the next in line to push on the battery tech. Lithium ion is out the door. All right, so a graphene mining play coming from WWR. Andrew Munns.
You would just be mining graphite, not graphene. You'd have to synthesize the graphene. You can't. There's not just a mine with graphene in it. It's graphite.
Well, you're the chemical engineer apparently, so I'll trust your word on it. But just out of curiosity, could we humor Andrew Munns? He is a regular, so I don't think he's totally leading us astray here. If we could just humor him very briefly, can we look at the WWR chart? And
I'm a fan of graphene.
Here's your hot. Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to underpin much new battery tech. That is the promise, at least. Let's see what this has been up to.
Well, I guess I got to turn off the daily baseline here.
Now what the hell is happening there?
I don't know. Break a trend?
It's just down so much in value that it's basically worthless. It's so non-energy minerals. I don't know, man. This is just, it's gone down so much in value that almost none of my implements that I use can work, right? So look at Fisher Transform, or time transformation completely broken. VPVR is broken. I had to turn off the baseline. Looking at it, I guess it could go up. There's an awful lot of volume that just came in suddenly, and sellers haven't really stepped on it, so it could go up, but I'm basically talking out of my ass because none of the things that I would ordinarily use to look at it are working right now. So we also haven't broken the uptrend or downtrend. So I just don't see any particular reason why I would want to take this trade.
All right. Well,
maybe something fundamental, but it ain't on the charts yet. So
word. All right. Thank you, Andrew Munns. We certainly did. Again, on a day like this where we're relatively light on the requests, I'm willing to humor stuff like this. But thank you, Andrew Munns, for the hot tip on Westwater. Is that what it's called? Westwater Resources Inc. Much thanks. With that said, let's get into the next one. This is one of the last requests of the day. The Splashy85 writes, hello guys, could you check out XRP? All right. Very brief look at XRP.
It's going to be the same chart we've seen like 15 times today. At this point, I'm still looking towards like 70, 75 cents if it breaks down. And if it goes up, we're looking at $1, $1.15 for resistance. What's next?
All right, before I get to the next one, Intense Webs over on Twitch asks and kind of shilling, have you guys talked about the new crypto blockchain NFT domains dropping for pre-sale in just a few minutes? After a quick inquiry here, I'm presuming this is Unstoppable Domains. Unstoppable Domains probably launching a new .coin, .wallet, .bitcoin, .x, .AAA, .dao, .blockchain domains to supplement the existing .zil and .cryptos that they've already released. Seems like another money grab, but I guess if you're into locking down all the decentralized domains Unstoppable Domains has to offer, maybe today's auction is a winner. As for me, I've already stocked up on a few choice Unstoppable Domains, but thank you, Intense Webs, for bringing the new Unstoppable Domains auction to our attention. With that said, we have another request here from the Splashy85, and it's for KCS.
I think KCS took a hit yesterday. I don't know, it didn't. It got sold into, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like I heard someone yesterday talking about how they got hammered on KCS.
Yeah, I don't like it here. I don't like this candle. It looks like a rejection, and there's just no trade for us to take. I wouldn't do anything with it. What's next?
All right, well, there is your look at XRP and KCS, Mr. Splashy85. Thank you for that one. And here, as far as I can tell, is the very last request we have logged for today, and it's from Nitin Soki over on YouTube. Guys, can we look at USD CAD and USD Japanese Yen? All right.
You know those gotta look huge.
Let's look at USD CAD.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not a surprise with what's happening with the Dixie.
So I see this as breaking out of the downtrend. Weekly hasn't closed yet. We still got a couple more days to go on that. As Jason said, not surprising at all, considering what we know the dollar is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then USD JPY is very similar. Up. And I'm still expecting more upside on the USD JPY since we've got this break of the 5-year downtrend.
Mm-hmm. Cut and dry.
Get to your Forex terminals now, gentlemen. The time is upon us. The feeding trough of gains is about to be deployed.
Get to the dollar.
Come again?
Get to the dollar.
Oh yes, get to the dollar. Get to the dollar indeed, gentlemen. Well, that's the last request. Let me quickly check to see if there's anything of major significance to note in the live chat. Let's hop in there very quickly while I do this as well. Let's reset this thing, put it on screen. Yes, highly appropriate. Let's have a look here. Crypto news, sorry for sharing. No, intense webs. It's all good. Don't worry about it. If it was completely inappropriate, I probably wouldn't even mention it on the stream. No problem at all. Thank you for clarifying and letting everyone know. Let's have a look here. TazBlitz writes, I wonder how the bread token is doing today. I heard it got sliced. Good one.
BRD?
I'm assuming this is CATBREAD, although, Alex, you roasted it so hard last week, I'm not even sure if this is worth checking in on.
The CATBREAD?
CATBREAD.
Okay.
You remember CATBREAD? I think its ticker is CATBREAD on there. Or hold on, where's the CATBREAD, guys? It's already pulled. Let me quickly look at CATBREAD. CATBREAD is a BSC token. That's why you got to go to metamorphosis.chartx.pro and look up CATBREAD on there. Oh, you're already there. Beautiful.
You know, there was a 2-day period where you could have made money, and then now not so much.
What was the gains out of the gate to the top of that price action there in that 2 days? Just curious. Measured move.
Ooh, respectable 2,000%.
Wow, could have 20x'd your sandwich money, boys.
Or you could be down 90%.
No, you could be down 90%. Yeah, that too. Easy money, easy money. This bread has not been fully baked, I guess, but there you go. A quick check-in on the CATBREAD of last week's Breaking Bitcoin Infamy. Thanks for everything, guys. This is PolyB on the DLive chat. Got a scoot. All right, shout out to PolyB. Thank you for being with us today. Ninsoki writes, won't the USD fall still? Question mark. I don't know if that's exactly in relation to the USD CAD chart, the USD JPY, or just in general.
But why?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you say that, but I've given like 30 examples since I started the show of the USD not doing that, or the USD being strong, or things being weak against the USD. So I just don't know where you're getting the fact the US dollar is going down.
Yep, all signs to point toward USD or getting ready to charge forward. Let's have a look here. How are we doing on time? This is 2:59, so it's pretty much time to wrap the show. Let me just quickly scan the live chat. User by the name of LP, Shill Bill token, guys, welcoming, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so someone's shilling the Shill Bill token. What is the Shill Bill token? Is this
Do you know this person?
I think so, yeah. I've seen their name in here before, but is this a play? Is this a meme token? A play on the word Kill Bill, the Shill Bill? Like, I'm a little confused, but thank you for the shilling of your favorite Kill Bill token. Yes, people saying thank you for the lemons. Much thanks, guys. There we go. Somebody asked, Rhino TD, does the T in your name stand for Turk? Yes, it's the Turkish domination of the lemon giveaways here on DLive. Rhino TD, the long con of lemon thieves. Never would have thought it, Rhino TD. I didn't make you out for it, but somebody cracked the puzzle over there on that. All right, guys, that's about it. Shoutouts to Alex1233, and Any Word, Philly Car, TazBlitz, Vidush, and anybody still kicking it with us 2 hours into the stream. The Thursday entry is pretty much wrapped, guys. I can't thank you enough for kicking it with us for another 2 hours. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to wrap the week up with another 2-hour installment then. Same crypto time, same crypto channel. Yeah, awesome episode, Alex. Hats off to you. Great job, I guess, navigating world markets and kind of weighing in on the post FOMC meeting market, right?
Yeah. Very interesting out there. NASDAQ being the most interesting, what are tech stocks doing? Is it like a fake out? It's just like, oh, we'll push into the end of the week and then those people get dumped on, or are they doing something different? That's very interesting.
Very curious.
It's very you see that correlation with the dollar exploding the way it is. You'd expect everything to be down like it is, like with the QQQ and the Dow Jones.
Well, QQQ is the NASDAQ. QQQ is up, but yeah, I think you mean the SPY.
Yeah.
I think you meant the SPY. All right.
Didn't mean the SPY.
It is the SPY. All right. That's it, though. Much love to you all. Thank you to Dark Cali 11. Oh dear, Dark Cali 11. I rescind my thank you to you. Prepare for Thor's hammer. Everyone else, though, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Much love and peace out.
Good tip, guys. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself. It felt like you know, just wouldn't feel appropriate closing the show without hearing that signature goodbye. I cover.
It's going on.
All right, guys, let's get out of here.